Hi everyone! Thank you so much for visiting my channel. Today's workout is a 15-minute full body plus cool down to give you a gentle burn and a light sweat. We need a mat and a magic circle, but if you don't have one, a firm pillow will work just fine. So when you're ready, let's get into it. We'll leave your magic circle to the side for now, and then we'll get back to it a little bit later. So when you're ready, let's send your arms out to the sides of the room. Big inhale, sending the fingers above your head. They clasp together for our side bend. Sending your right ear towards the floor, we reach up, bend over. Stretching out our side body. And then we come up through center, taking an inhale. Exhale, come up and over to the other side. Beautiful. When you're ready, let's turn long ways to the mat. And we'll do some pikes. Hands come down to the mat. We press to lift your hips, stretching the arms and legs nice and straight. We can walk through our feet, alternating one knee bending as the other heel presses down. And then we switch. Kind of walking through, just stretching out our Achilles, behind our ankles, and our calf muscles. When you're ready, let's relax our knees back down, finding all fours in a quadruped position. We'll send your right arm up towards the sky and we twist to look at it, finding a spine twist. And then we'll place your hand back down. Same thing with the other side. Lift and twist. And then we place your hand back down. Let's take one more each. Twist. And place the hand back down. And twist. And place the hand back down. Nice. Okay. Let's grab hold of your magic circle. And we'll sit down to the mat with your legs long in front of you. Holding onto the circle in front of your chest. Shoulders are rolled down and back. Nice tall spine. We'll take an inhale through the nose. Feeling our ribs open. And as we exhale, keeping a straight spine, we start to roll back just halfway. Feeling more weight on the back of your glutes, and then we come back up. Big exhale. Inhale to roll back halfway, and exhale to come back up. Feeling your abs engaging, only going as far back as we feel the abs. The moment you feel tension in the low back, that means that you've gone a little bit too far, and we need to come up higher and squeeze and engage the abs just a little bit more. Let's take two more. Trying to keep your feet and heels down into the mat. The next time that we're halfway back, let's pause there. Nice straight spine. We send the arms above your head. We send them back down. And then we sit up tall. Nice. Hinging back. We lift the arms up. Inhale. Exhale, lower. And then we sit up tall. Good. For more of a challenge, we can hold the arms above your head the entire time, trying to keep your biceps beside your ears. But of course, if we hate that, we can always have your arms come back down across from your chest. Let's take just two more, and then we'll hold it and we'll add some more. The next time that we hinge back halfway, let's hold that. We bring the circle into your chest and we give it a squeeze. We rotate towards your right and we give it a squeeze. Coming through center, squeeze, and let's go over to the left, squeeze. Nice, center, squeeze, right, squeeze. Nice, we continue here. We really want to take a big inhale every time we pass through the center, and then exhale, rotate, and squeeze on the circle. This activates our shoulders and chest, in addition to warming up our hips, warming up our lower abs, and rotating our spine. Let's take just two more each side, nice and slow. Good. Let's come through center and we hold that. From here, we add a leg lift. So when we twist to the right, we also lift the right leg up. We put it back down and come through center. Same thing to the other side. Twisting to the left, we lift the left leg. However high you want to lift it is up to you. And we rotate to lift. Coming through center, we squeeze, rotate, and lift. Nice. Try your best not to kick the leg up. We want to slowly lift it and slowly lower it. Let's take just 2 more each side. Good stuff. Last set coming up here. Definitely feeling our abs, engaging here. Let's find your center, and then we come all the way back up. Last little bit. We'll hold the circle close to your chest. Inhale through the nose. We exhale, hinge back halfway, hold there. And we pulse your chest up and down and up and down. And this is as we squeeze the circle. Squeeze, squeeze, up and down, up and down. Nice. Let's take 3, 2. Good. Pause. Halfway back. And we'll start to slowly roll down just 1 more inch. Hold there. Good. 1 more inch. Hold there. Nice. I know it's really tough, but you got it. Slowly rolling through all of our vertebrae, finding each bone in our spine. Shoulders and head come down and we rest. Whew, nice. Okay. From here, let's slip your legs through the center of the circle so that the squishy pads are on the outsides of your thighs. If we hate this for whatever reason, totally fine. We can have the circle come to the insides of your thighs. Let's step your feet in towards your glutes as we prepare for our bridge. Head is relaxed. Space underneath the neck. The back touches the mat. We find a little bit of space underneath our lower back. You can feel your booty and hips on the mat, and we feel your feet on the mat. When you're ready, we take an inhale through the nose. We exhale, press through your feet and lift your hips, finding your bridge position. And then we slowly lower back down. Inhale and we exhale, lift. And then we lower. Okay, let's take 3 more. Good, 2 more. Nice, let's lift your hips to the top and hold. Good, from here, we separate your legs, opening the circle, close. Opening the circle, close. Good. Feeling how our inner thighs respond as we open and close, open and close. Good. Feeling our outer thighs engaging as well. If we have the circle in between your legs, we're going to squeeze onto it. Definitely feeling the inner thighs. Let's take 3 more. 2 more. Good. And then we lower our hips back down. Nice. Let's take just 1 more pulse with our circle, and then we'll change to an ab exercise. So when you're ready, we can lift the arms up towards the sky to begin. Inhale through the nose, and we exhale, engage our abs, squeezing onto them, and press through your feet, we lift the hips. Nice. From here, we lower your hands down to the mat as we lower the hips down halfway, and then everything lifts back up. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Inhale, lower, exhale, lift. Nice. Beautiful. Let's take 3 more. Good. 2 more. Let's lift your hips to the top, hold that, and we pulse on the circle. Out, 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 or in, in, in. Good. 3, 2, and we roll through our spine and come all the way down. Beautiful. Let's take the legs out of the circle. We'll send your legs straight up, and we hold one of the squishy pads with both of your hands. The other squishy pad, both of your feet will go inside, and we'll stretch it out. Let's pull both of the legs in towards your face. Trying to keep the legs as straight as you can and stretch out our hamstrings. We just did so much work on our hamstrings. So let's stretch it out. We can also do this single leg. That's really, really deep for a single leg. So if you want to try that, please feel free. From here, let's separate your ankles and we'll place the squishy pads on the insides. So we'll find your legs in tabletop position. Then want to locate your lower back. And notice how there's a little bit of space underneath. You want to press your lower back down into the mat, almost like we're squishing a blueberry underneath there. Hands are down beside your hips. Let's take an inhale through the nose. And as we exhale, we stretch both of your legs long towards the end of the mat. We give the circle a squeeze, and then we bring the legs back in. Inhale, exhale, send the legs out. Squeeze the circle. Table. Good. Inhale, we exhale, reach, squeeze, table. Good. Let's take just a few more here. If we're interested in adding more, when the legs go straight, we can lift your head looking towards your belly, your pelvis, and your thighs. If we're feeling tension in your back, that means your legs are way too low. And we want to try and keep that lower back pressed down into the mat. So maybe lift them up a little bit higher to make that happen. Nice. Let's take 3 more. 2 more. Good. Let's find the legs long and hold that. From here, we twist your hips, kind of like you're steering a steering wheel. And then we come back to center, squeeze, and bend the legs to table. Good. Stretching the legs out. We twist the other direction, finding your steering wheel to the left. Come back to center and squeeze, and then we table. Good. Let's take 3 more. Nice. 2 more. Nice. We have the last one coming up here. You got it. You're so strong. Checking in with our low back. Nice. We find our legs in tabletop position. Last big breath in. And we exhale. Send the legs out long and hold. And we squeeze and squeeze and squeeze and squeeze for 6, 5, 4, 3. Nice. 2. And then we find the table legs before placing our feet back down and catch that circle. Nice. Good job. Let's do a little bit of plank practice with our circle. Once you grab hold of it, let's rock and roll up to seated, and we'll find our hands and knees down onto the mat. We'll start with having the circle underneath your right hand. So getting into just a little bit of bear plank, we take an inhale through the nose. We exhale, press into the circle, press into your other arm, other palm, and lift the knees just an inch. We slowly lower back down, tapping the knees, we inhale. Exhale, press and lift, and inhale, tap back down. Good, let's take just a few more here. Good, last 3. Beautiful, 2. Good, let's lift and hold. Nice. From here, we squish on the circle and squish on the circle and squish on the circle. Good, let's take our 3, 2. Nice. We tap our knees back down and we rest. Beautiful. All right, I'm gonna turn so you can see me on the other side. But we have our circle now in our other hand. We'll prepare the other arm nice and long. Both knees come down to the mat, and we curl the toes under. When you're ready, we take an inhale through the nose, closing our ribs together, engaging our abs, hollowing in the back. And we exhale to press through the circle, lifting your knees an inch, and tap back down. Good. Inhale through the nose, exhale, press, and lower back down. Lovely. Let's take just a few more here. Good. Last 2. Nice. The next time we lift your knees just an inch, let's hold that there. And we press on the circle and press on the circle and press on the circle. Good. Last 3, 2, And then we lower our knees back down and we rest. Beautiful, that's super tough. Love that you did that. Let's take a child's pose together. Sitting down to the heels, we stretch the arms long in front of you. Beautiful, let's do some mermaid stretch with our circle. So we'll sit down to your right hip, right glute, right arm holding on to the circle. We'll press that down into the floor. Both arms are nice and straight, and we reach up and over into the other side. We'll do the same thing on the other side. Good. When you're ready, let's shift our legs straight in front of you, hooking the circle onto the arches of the feet. And we start to pull our chest downwards, stretching out the backs of the legs. Beautiful. When you're ready, we'll come up. Let's place our circle to the side. Because we did it, we're here. Let's cross your legs, one on top of the other. We'll send your arms out to the sides of the room, drawing a big circle. The palms touch above your head. Inhale, and we exhale. Hands to your heart. Beautiful. Thank you so much for watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, and share. And hope to see you again very soon. Bye.